First witness.
Your Honor, I call the spirit of adultery.
Do you better tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Of course I do.
All right. Spirit of adultery.
Yes.
We know that brother, he is married, but he was also under the influence of adultery relationships.
Yes. Many.
Many. Many. Now, out of those many, would you just take one example and give us the details of the brethren committing this act of adultery?
Well, I guess aside from all of the prostitutes and internet girls and the men, that probably Carrie was the one that lasted the longest.
Carrie?
Yes, she was his first. So.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing with her, so, you know, she kind of stuck around for a little while. But they had lots and lots of fun together. You know, she was beautiful and young and perky, you know, all the things that his wife wasn't.
At least that's what he said.
Oh yeah, that's how he justified cheating, you know. He owed it to himself to have a good time. And I know how to make sure he has a good time.
It was easy.
Very easy.
In church too, wasn't it?
Yes, church. And I recall he would specifically ask Carrie to come to the office after 10 on Wednesday nights because he had to teach the teens.
The teens? He was a teacher?
Yes. I'm not quite sure what he was teaching them, but I'm sure they had lots of fun learning.
Now, spirit of adultery, would you say that this affair lasted a long time?
It did. It lasted well over a year until Carrie wanted to get serious, but you know, he wasn't going to leave the wife for her, so she broke it off.
So she broke it off.
He wasn't man enough to.
As it is written, thou shalt not commit adultery. And with your testimony, it proved that this brother not only had one affair, but he had many.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. No further questions.
Spirit of adultery.
Yes, darling, what can I offer you today?
You state in testimony that the client had adulterous affairs. Many of them?
Many, many affairs.
Can you tell the court approximate dates of those affairs?
Well, I guess,
Your Honor, I object to that question.
On what grounds?
Relevancy.
Your Honor, as was said in our opening statement, we are going to prove that the defendant sitting here today is not the man that the witnesses are referring to.
Overruled. Proceed.
I'm not a numbers cruncher. I guess 2002, 2003, somewhere around that time. I'm not sure.
Well, certainly you have had saw the effect on the defendant's family with some of these affairs that you have spoken about.
What am I, a counselor? I don't care what kind of effect it had on his family. I just wanted to make sure he had a good time, and he did.
For the record, would you tell the court how many children this indicates?
Well, when he hooked up with Carrie, I do remember his wife was pushing out. She just pushed out the third baby. Yeah, I think number 3. Is that what you need? Number Number two.
Number 3. He had 3.
Yeah.
That's your testimony today.
Sure, 3.
3. Your Honor, I'd like to present in evidence a birth certificate of child number 4 that the defendant sitting here today had with his wife in August of 2006.
Well, what does that have to do with anything? For all you know, he could have 10 more kids out there.
Your Honor, we believe that that proves 2 things. That 1, this witness has no idea about what the defendant sitting here today has been doing since 2004. And 2, that he is on good terms with his wife. No further questions.
You may step down.
Go on. I'll get you in 5 for old time's sake. We'll see about his good terms with his wife.